Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to be reviewing Amphibia Season 1 Episode 12A, Civil Wart. So sorry about the mix-up. Last time I got the episode name wrong, but also later today I'm going to be doing Episode 12B, which is called... what was it? Oh right, sorry. Hop Popular. And so yep, okay. And just like Hop Pop and Lock, we got images, which is awesome. But episode 12B, I don't have access to that, to those images, so at least I got in this video, so Okay, so let's start. We're gonna get to Anne's shoe with this curtain in like a minute. We first get Anne, Hop Hop, Sprig, and Polly with the rest of the town, and you see the sign that says theater night. I was like, oh. And basically, Anne's like, theater night? Well, what's going on? And Hop Hop says, yep, one night a year we all gather around and listen to fantasy, listen to a play, so we can escape our horrific lives, our stressful lives, which is relatable and kind of true for some people. So then what happens next? Sprig is looking for a seat, and then he sees the seat in the center. Is it like, I got it first, and Paul's like, no, I'm gonna get it first, and then Sprig gets it, and Sprig is like, hooray, I got it first, and Polly's like, oh, that's so fair, you're so fast, and you're bigger than me, and Hop Hop is like, come on, Sprig, give it to Polly, and he said, what, Hop Hop, that's unfair, I got here first, and then Hop Hop's like, Sprig, that's what older brothers do. They look after the younger That's what older brothers do, Sprig. They look after their younger sibling. And I have, two nephews and younger cousins, so I sort of relate to that, but I don't have I'm not an older sibling. I have older siblings. So just wanted to say that. And Sprig's like, oh, fine. And Polly gets a seat, and Sprig's seat, the only seat just left is next to Anne. It's like this, like a rotten seat, like stump, and it just collapses. And and Anne's like, oh, it's a tough break, and and Sprig's like, Polly always gets away with everything just because she's younger than me, because Sprig is a kid and Polly is 4, so Sprig's 10 actually. We got that confirmed in the episode Planter's Last Stand. Sprig is 10 and Polly's 4, so Polly's younger than him. And and we get a backstory with Anne is saying, well, I'm an only child, so I don't relate. All the attention my parents gave me was on me, and it was awesome. She put some sunglasses on, and Sprig blew a raspberry and said, oh, you whatever, like, you lucky you. Then Mayor Toadstool comes out. Okay. And he said, like, I have some bad news. Unfortunately, the actors can't be here on account they got eaten. And the people of Wartwood is like, oh, this is outrageous. Like, because they're mad that they can't see the play, not because they got eaten, which, people get eaten every day, so who cares? That's what they say. And everyone's upset, and Anne's like, oh, I got an idea. We would just watch a movie on my phone. And then we got Anne's shoe right here. And then she puts her phone there, and so look, now she has just her socks on because she put her one shoe there. That's pretty funny. And then we got the glass-smith. I forgot his name. I don't want to play too many clips, so she said, hey, thanks, glass-smith. And he gives him the thumbs up. Yeah, okay. And then she said, like, I got like one of my favorite movies. What was it called? true love. I wait. Okay, wait. I thought I was gonna show the title. I forgot. It was something love. It's basically a new version of Twilight. If you know what Twilight is, you'll understand this. If you don't, maybe less the better, because that's very controversial. So just like this is very controversial. So, and starting to explain, what it is. And one of my first complaints, because I'm a nitpicker and I like when people are respectful, and she's trying to explain it, and then Mrs. Croker, Sadie Croker, is like, oh, just start the film, and say, oh, you got it. I honestly don't like that. So it's 95. Like, let Anne explain first, then she can play it. I don't know. That's just me. Anyway, then she tries to play it. It's not working, and then look at her gigantic hand. And then she played it, and it says like in a not so distant future. And I know I played a little bit of the Suspicion Island, but I'm not gonna do it this time, just because of reasons. But you get to see images, which is just fine. And then basically what was it? 3 grounded teens that are supernatural. You must like live their like romantic lives. And then Hop asks Anne, and Anne eats some popcorn, and he's like, wait, how can they be grounded and supernatural? And like shushes him. This is fine because the movie has started. You do not talk while a movie's going on. I mean, unless you're both into the conversation. But when someone's actually into the movie and they tell you to like a little bit, don't talk in the movie, okay? So, Anne had the right to shush Hop in the situation. Just wanted to give him a little commentary on that. It's Hop is making his claim, and then we got this girl. What was her name? Clarice. I'm not great at names if they're not in my brain. Like if it's not repeated a lot. So I think it's Clarice, and I like her jacket that's tied around her waist. It looks pretty cool. And you get the cyborg guy. He has like a robot arm, and a robot hand. He has like a robot eye. What would you call that? It's kind of like in Thomas the Tank Engine, like where he goes. It's the whistle thing. So okay, or like a tower. I don't know. And his name is like Hunter, I think. And he says, "Oh, Hunter, like, oh, I don't know if I can choose you or not." And he's like, "Oh, my robotic abs are for you and for you only." And they're like dance to music, and everyone is just impressed. And hey, look, we got Maddie, who's engaged to Sprig. We got Ivy, the girl who Sprig likes. We have Ivy's mother, Felicia. We got Sadie Croker. We got Loggle. We got Stumpy. Why is Stumpy holding Archie? Wouldn't Archie be with Sadie Croker? I mean, I don't want to judge in case he's spider setting or anything. And we got Wally over there. Oh, we got Toadie. That's who I recognize. Anyway, I just wanted to point it out. And I kind of like also the lighting that's on their faces actually confirm that they're actually watching something. Because if they weren't, then their faces would be the normal color. But no, there's that bright light on their faces, and that makes sense. So, just wanted to point that out. And everyone's impressed. And Polly's like, oh, I like Polly like it. So she likes Hunter, basically. Okay, so she likes boys and girls. Okay. Because, she danced with Anne in the last episode. At least, I think she does. And then, we get Clarice with Alistair. She's part deer. And he's like, oh, I don't know if I can choose the Alistair over Hunter. And I have feelings for him, but I have feelings for you also. And he's like, oh, can I, do you mind if I sing you this song on my people? And, he does it. And, she's smiling. And Sprig like, oh, I like this, Alistair. He's very, imaginative, but, he's approachable. Yeah, I like him. And then, we get Clarice. I'm gonna choose. It's like the end of the movie. it's getting close to the end of the movie. And it's like, oh, this has been a difficult decision for me, but I choose. I choose. And then she's like, wait, no, sorry. She's like, ah, and she gets taken by, I guess you can't really see it, by like this bird, and she gets grabbed by the talons, and they're like, no, we'll save you, Clarice. And he like leaves on a jetpack on his feet, and he plays his magical flute, and he rides on top of a deer, and he's like, well, we'll save you, Clarice. And she's crying and stuff, and he says, oh, to be continued. And then she's like, wait, that was the end? And then Wally's like, who did she pick? This is so frustrating. And I guess Anne, took her shoe back, and I guess got her phone also, because why would she have her shoe back? Okay. And he's like, hey, like, I've been to you guys because Anne has seen the movie before. She said it's one of her favorites. And, basically she said, don't worry, they're going to make a Something Love 2, but it's not out yet. And then Polly jumps on Anne and say, oh, I'll tell you who she picked. Hunter. He's a beefcake. And Spring's like, what? She should pick Alice, dear. He's a dreamer, a thinker. And everyone's having like a big argument. Hey, we got Maddie's dad there, the baker guy, Mr. Flower. And and Polly's like, hey, I wouldn't want to be like near a town. Yeah, I wouldn't want to be near a town. I wouldn't be in a town who likes Alice, dear. And, and Sprig's like, oh yeah? Well, I wouldn't want to be, like, in a town whoever likes Hunter. And then Polly's like, that's it. Whoever likes, what was it? Whoever likes, Hunter, go behind me. And then, and he's like, oh, I like Hunter. He's a beefcake. Yeah, I like him. We got Ivy's mom, what was her name? Felicia. We got Lago, we got Toadie, we got Polly, and we got Wally and Mr. Flower. And there are 1, 2, 3 people I don't recognize. And then we got Sprague, say, whoever likes Alistair, get behind me. And then we got Stumpy, Mrs. Croaker, Sadie Croaker, Maddie, and Toadstool, Mayor Toadstool. And it's kind of interesting that we didn't see Ivy in any of the teams. Is there a reason for that? But I guess that Maddie and Sprague have something in common. They both like Alistair. Anyway. This is something I also didn't like, where Hop did say excuse me, but he pushes her down. See, his hand's on her, and now she's on the floor. She's like, ow! Because he's gonna go talk to Sprig about this. He's like, hey, Sprig, just let Polly have this one. And he's like, no, Hop, I am fed up with this Pollywog and her special treatment. This is war. Polly's like, yeah, this is war, and everyone's leaving. So, yeah, it's a 90 because, I know you said, excuse me, Hop, but you could have picked her up. That's my complaint. You should have picked her up. And look, it says theater night right there, and you could, like, the smiling and the frog, faces, the mask in theater, so, And, Anne's like, oh, this is going to be an issue. I also have another complaint. Maybe it's the animation thing. We see how Anne has a shoe there, and her phone is there. Her shoe was like propping it up, so the phone can stand on something. What is it standing on? Maybe Anne put a rock there. Yeah. Okay, I'm just assuming she's putting a rock there. Okay, fine. It's at 90. I was gonna make it 85, but no. Okay. Anne's thinking that, like, hey, this is gonna be a problem, and Hop's like, they're probably gonna, sleep over it. Then we got, City Hollow, and we got Hunterville and Alistair Town, and it's painted red and blue with 2 flags. You can't see the Alistair flag. I'm sorry, my face is covering it. And and Anne is like, and Hop Pop's like, oh, or not. And then Anne maybe makes it say, oh, this is just like the, oh, wait, no. She said like, oh, did you divide the town in two? And then we got Sprig with Mrs. Croaker, Stumpy, and Maddie. So, oh, hail Alistair, hail Alistair. And Sprig has a like a face. And then we get the Hunter. We got Wally, Toady, Polly, Loggle, and Ivy's mom. I keep forgetting her name. Felicia. Felicia. And they all wearing beards, and Polly has a flannel bow. That's pretty cute. And hail Hunter, and she's like face. And then makes the same like, oh, this is just like the internet or IRL version. And I just gotta play this from Hop Pop. This is the only clip I'm gonna play. Hopefully it's not too much, but here we go.
Were things on this internet resolved in peaceful and civilized ways?
That's just hilarious. This Hop Pop doesn't know what the internet is. Because and say, oh, this is internet, but IRL version. Does this internet place, solving peaceful matters? and it's like, see for yourself, dude. And you got the Hunter guy. It's like, hey, oh, I forgot my house is in Alistair Town. And then, you got myself. And then, 3 people start tonguing him. Oh, get out of here, you Hunter, right? And then, Wally is graffitiing someone's house and saying, Hunter rules. And he's like, ha ha ha. And another person is, threw a brick in a window to steal more bricks. And it says bricks are us. Okay. Okay, I guess I'm gonna leave it here. But this guy is stealing bricks, but that's it. Anyway, Sprague decides to do his deer call, and he's doing it really good. And then he's like, oh, great job, Leader Sprague. You have a voice of an angel. And then Anne comes in, and he's like, oh, Anne, have you joined the Alistair tribe? And he's like, no, I think this is dumb. Like, what I think you and Polly are doing is dumb. I think you need to end it. Just let Polly have this. And I think Anne is in the right to do this because she doesn't understand. She doesn't have any siblings to share stuff with. So what she thinks Sprig and Polly are going through is relatable to some people, but it's dumb to her because whatever she doesn't understand. So I think she's like a third party in the situation, and and Sprig even calls her on her, like, Anne, you don't understand. You're an only child. I'm always giving stuff up for Polly. And, and this ends right now. And it's like, Sprig, wait. And he said, like, Anne, this conversation is done. He plays his magical flute. And, what was it? Mayor Toadstool and Maddie grab Anne's arms and throw her out of Alistairville. And he's like, oh, you get out of here. And Hoppo comes in and, he's like, hey, how'd it go? And then he's like, oh, it went terrible, Anne. Polly won't even see Sprig until he surrenders. And what's worse, they graffitied my tum-tum. It says Hunter rules. And he's like, any luck on your end? It's like, no. They just need to face each other. They just need to get together face to face. And she looks at both flags and they, hey, Hop Hop, have you ever played Capture the Flag before? She puts her ninja outfit on. She puts her school jacket because it has the school symbol on it. And she puts her hood on. She puts like a mask on, and she puts like a mantis scythe. And she's jumping on rooftops. She's going from building to building. And you get 2 people saying, hey, I named my kid what was it? Alistair last night. Oh, you're a good father. That's your own personal preference. I'm not gonna get into that. Anyway, she is like using the scythe to to cut the flag, and Sprig's like talking about Alistair's like, oh, I think Alistair's most what's most great about Charm is that he's very sensitive and he's not afraid that he can cry, because he's really sensitive. And it's like, oh, she's stealing the sacred flag, and he plays a magical flute, like, oh, get her! And Hop Hop is gonna go get the other flag, and Toadie's gonna go after him, and Big Polly's like, hey, get that guy, and and then Toadie's like, oh, for Hunter, and then Hop Hop just kicks him off. It's the apocalypse right now, so whatever. And then and Toadie's like, oh, for Hunter, he crashes on the ground, and Hop Hop gets the flag, and Hop Hop sees Anne's flag, falls to the ground, the pole, and he's like, "Oh, Anne, you did it!" And he said to Toadie, "Oh, he'll be fine." He uses his flag to fly over to Anne, and and Anne's like, "Okay, got my flag. How's Hop Hop doing?" And Hop Hop just crashes into Anne, and Anne's like, And Hop Hop's like, oh, Anne, this was a great plan. And Anne's like, yeah, both flags captured. And then, now they had to face each other. And, Sprig's team and Polly's team come face to face. And they, all right, guys, now you're face to face. Now, why don't we just talk this out? And then, Polly throws like a tomato on Sprig's side and says, well, brother, have you decided to join the Hunter tribe? And he's like, no, I'd rather die than joining. Then death first. They start throwing stuff, and then Sprig's like, oh, like all my Alistair friends retreat. And so, follow those dear cowards. And Polly's team is going to go after them. He goes and invades Sprig's half of the town. And Polly's like, hey, wait a second. It's too quiet. Something's wrong here. And then she sees like a fruit almost hits Polly. And like, oh, it's a trick. And Sprig's like, ambush. See, Sprig learned his lesson from dating season when Sprig and Ivy both said, oh, ambush, before they did the ambush. This time, Sprig planned ahead. He's thinking better. Thank you, Sprig. But here's the thing. Where did Ivy go? I guess maybe she's like Anne and doesn't want any part of this. Which is perfectly fine. She doesn't have to be. Okay. Probably just said like the mom and like, hey, I'm gonna go home. Okay. It'd be nice to see her, but okay, that's her personal decision. And then they're gonna gang up on Polly. They knock Polly's troops, and Polly's back to a wall. And Sprig's like, well, Polly, looks like your special treatment ends here. Why don't you just surrender? And then Mrs. Croker's like, oh, stop talking. Let's just finish her off. And Sprig's like, what? And then one person did like a fruit grenade. Another person did like the what was it called? The Gatling gun, like the crank thing, and like where the incoming, and he puts like a fruit, and it's like I don't know the direct names, but that's what it seems to be. And then Sprig is having like a revelation where he hears Hop Hop's voice. Is like, that's what older brothers do, Sprig. They look after their younger sister. And Sprig's like, oh, what have I done? And you see Polly's face, and oh my gosh. And Sprig goes in a way of Polly, and then he just gets like destroyed. And Polly goes to Sprig, he's like, oh, my only brother, like, why'd you do that? And Sprig is says the right thing here. And he's like, because seeing you in danger made me realize it's not what is fair, it's that I am here to protect you. And Polly cries. I'm really liking this moment. What I wish I got more of these moments is because it wasn't about the shipping and the Twilight movie and the love movie or whatever. It was the fact of Sprig and Polly weren't getting along, and they were just using this as an excuse. I like these brother and sister moments. I wish there was a little bit more than that. There's like two moments of it, because there's one like later on. So this overall half a day episode is at 85%. So okay, and we don't know what happened with Sprig and Polly's parents, because Sprig says, "I am here to protect you," and Hop Hop is 60, so we don't know how long he's gonna stay. So and Polly cries. Mrs. Croker plays the flute, and they're all crying and sad. And Sprig's like, oh, okay, pack it up, everybody. We're done with this. Okay. And and Mrs. Croker is saying that I'm glad we stopped fighting. I don't even know what we were fighting about. She's like her 90s, pushing 100, so that kind of makes sense why maybe she doesn't remember. Short-term memory loss or something. And then Anne's like, what just happened here? the Hop Hop explain, and Hop Hop's like, that's just how these frogs are, and um we get into things hard, and we get to things fast, and we get out of them just as fast. And you should have been here, you should have been here for last year's, what was it, pistachio versus almond fiasco. We almost burned this place to the ground. Seriously, pistachio or almond? Me personally, I'm a pistachio type of guy, but almonds are great too. I love both, but I don't know, I like pistachios better. Okay, that's my commentary of pistachios versus almonds. Apparently, my favorite nut overall is cashew, but pistachio versus almonds, pistachio. Anyway, enough of nuts. You know, we get to the where they cross out the theater night. I guess they have a new tradition where it says movie night. They spelled movie wrong, but okay. Where just like in Grubhog Day, instead of doing the sacrificial Grubhog, they are doing the puppet show. Like unite 9 shows a night, like every year. I think that though was the tradition. Every Grubhog Day they do 9 shows, and just like this, like one night a year they do the movie night. So okay, that's pretty cool. And but I guess they're doing a 2 movie special because of everything that's happened. And then this is like the second Spree thing I do that they showed between Sprig and Polly. I wish they showed a little bit more, but okay, it's nice. And Sprig is looking for a seat. He has some like popcorn, some like a sweet flavor of popcorn, and then Polly's like, "Hey, Sprig, over here, I saved you a spot." Like it's a bigger stump, and Sprig's like, "Hey, I brought you some sweets," and Polly's like, "Hey, you're a good older brother, Sprig," and he come here, and they both hug, and Hop Hop's like, "Oh, that's sweet. Now scooch over. I want to see." And gets her phone in a big magnifying glass and is like, "I have an independent, non-controversial film called My Dinner with Andrew." Now, like, a little context. And then he's like, "Oh, just start the movie." Like, Mrs. Coker again. Is okay, you got it. Overall, is it 85, percent. It's half of the episode. Later today, I'm going to do How Popular. You see how that goes. And yeah, that's all I have to say. Everyone, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell, give me a big thumbs up, leave a comment down below, and I'll see you guys later today with Amphibia Season 1, Episode 12B, called Hop Popular. Alright, bye.